With that said, let's jump into, I guess, some manga news.
Yeah.
So I only put down some bigger things. I didn't want to like put down every single new release that Viz has picked up or that's being announced. But let's start off with something easy, which was March 3rd. Obviously, we're already over halfway through March as this episode comes out. But March 3rd was actually the 27th anniversary of Hunter x Hunter.
That's wild.
It's not 27 years worth of story, unfortunately, due to the often hiatus of the story. But yeah, 27 years of Hunter x Hunter. It's
they're selling them in 3-in-1s now.
They did start selling them in 3-in-1s. We did see a cup, and One Piece has been going for a bit.
Yeah.
Haikyuu also started, which we saw.
Started 3-in-1s. Do you think 3-in-1's the way to go?
Hate them.
Like,
Nope, hate them.
Eh?
Think they're ugly.
I mostly agree, but obviously when it comes to like Tokyo Revengers, if that's the only way we can get them.
Yeah, that's the and they're 2-in-1s at least, which is a little bit more
durable.
They're not as like super chunky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the 3-in-1s personally. From a price standpoint, they're definitely decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't love them. So other big news for manga fans specifically is Kingdom is finally getting a Western print, an English print by Viz. That'll be starting in November.
Which is insane.
Yeah, to give some people some hindsight, if you're unaware, obviously Kingdom does have an anime that's going on that I'd say has a pretty good cult following. There are people that really like it.
Yeah.
And same for the actual manga. Actually, it's extremely popular in Japan. The series has been going on since 2006, and we're finally getting a English release. We've talked about it on the podcast before. It is a very, very good series. Very long. So if you're into One Piece and you really like those long-running series, you're like, I want something that lasts forever. Kingdom's a good choice. It's also usually in the top sold manga when we do
been in the last couple of years.
Yeah, when we do those episodes.
Yeah.
It's usually up there. So it's a historic kind of based on like the ancient China, like during the war of all the kingdoms of China becoming unified. So it's a fun story. Shonen, obviously. I could be saying it. I'm not entirely sure, but action, adventure. It's got your classic, like, I want to be X. I don't want to spoil any things, but, has your main character who has a certain goal. Obviously, like, you're just following it as they hopefully achieve that goal. But it is a very good story. I would recommend it to a lot of people if you like your One Pieces, your Narutos, etc. But that's very exciting. Definitely will be picking that up. It'll take forever to catch up to where they are. So hoping to see once the volumes start, I hope we see them come out very quickly, because that is one issue we have with manga, obviously, is sometimes they get really slow on the releases. There's some series that obviously Gray would be able to speak to this more since he's much more into manga collecting. I think that they just stop printing for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I think
doesn't really make sense.
I think March comes in like a lion is really bad. They have like 1 volume or 2 volumes, but there's so many more that could come out, but they haven't come out with one in over a year, something like that. But hopefully they just start cranking these ones out. That'd be exciting. I know Matt would probably end up reading it. So
definitely.
On top of that, we got JoJo Part 6, which recently got the last English volume released. And as of this recording, I believe May 2025 is when Part 7, Steel Ball Run, which we're both not huge JoJo fans, but from my friends and discussing with people that are, it sounds like this is a very loved part of JoJo. Might be up there as numero uno in terms of fan base loving this part the most. So that is exciting news for JoJo fans out there. And then this one comes from Gray as well. This is where I got a lot of my... I know that he is super excited about this, but this is Mushishi's manga is actually getting a reprint in English as hardcover deluxe editions. I know that this is big news for Gray specifically because he really enjoys the series, and it's impossible to find the original release, and you have to either pay a way, premium to try and get it, most likely also used.
Yeah.
So he has not finished it. So I'm sure he's really excited to see it getting a reprint. And then the last big news is that as of recording this, actually tomorrow, as this releases, is the Kaguya-sama and Oshinoko author, also known as Akasaka, I believe is the author name,
Yep.
has a new fantasy manga, Marichin Crown, which is set to have its first chapter released.
That's exciting.
So obviously a lot of people like those series. Kaguya-sama, massive. Oshinoko, I know some people say maybe didn't end the best, but I think we are seeing a pattern that they're capable of writing at least popular series. Whether the endings are as strong as people like or not, that's to be debated, but each series has gotten popular. So I expect this to be no different. The track record is starting to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some of the bigger manga news or exciting manga news that we picked up on. Thanks to Gray for also helping us out with
Thank you, Gray.
the manga section.